really want to go through the trouble? Fine. Easy mode too much? Here's my special. Sucks to be you. I'm always ready for a fight.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another week of sets here on Capcom Fighters. You know the drill. GG's, the first to 10, interviews on both sides of the exhibition with some of our lovely guests. And once again, I'm your host, Jammerz. It has been a little while since I had my regular peoples on the show, because last week, if you haven't seen last week, go check that out between the ISDD and Jimmy, the conclusion of that saga. But we're back on normal terms. The status quo has been restored, and we have finally come into the new year with the original trio for this set show. I can't do this by myself. I can, but we got to make sure I keep these guys in work and make sure they're happy and relevant. Now, can we get these guys next to me? Because I was doing something, but then right before we went live, my stream team go, we haven't got them. But apparently, we do. So there we are. My so-called, well, I didn't give you the name, but my so-called minions are here. They're back. It's a new year, so Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New Year.
Of course.
Happy New Year, actually, yes. We didn't say that to each other.
Yeah, we said it over Messenger, but we didn't say it like in person. And obviously, you got to show the respect and say it in person. But I mean, Veggey, you've been having a good time. I mean, you got back to streaming recently, so I hope you had a good holiday and New Year's.
First, I want to say I love the lighting today. Like the color combination, it's really good. It's
I
cool.
look kind of sickly myself.
Yeah,
but I'm not. Like I'm really healthy, actually. I'm like a prime example of being healthy.
It's true.
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt, but
go for it.
Did you guys make any New Year's resolutions? Because I had one myself. I promised myself I'm not gonna get crush countered anymore, but that was broken in one day. How about you guys?
Yeah, that's...
I mean, that was a very wild New Year's resolution to make. It's part of the game. You're going to get cross-counted.
I'm ambitious, man. What can I say?
I mean, Veggey, what about you?
Yeah, so I like to say New Year, old me, because you need to be content with yourself and happy with who you are. And sometimes, you know, saying this whole thing is just... We should just like move forward with ourselves and not think too much about it. I think people put too much weight on New Year's in general, but that might be more general. People are coming to agree. I feel like 10 years ago there was a lot more New Year, New Me, and now it's kind of shifted that it's more socially acceptable to say New Year, old me. Sorry.
What the hell is this guy? Oh my god! I apologize.
Sorry, I got something in my throat.
I apologize if we offended anyone. I had no idea where this guy was going with that. It was quite worrying. Anyway, I'm just like, look, for a New Year's resolution, I don't make anything specific. I just say, look, we'll try and do better than what we did the last year. It's been working out so far, so hopefully long may it continue from 2021 going into 2022. Now, somebody has asked a question. I can see the chat. Somebody goes, where's my stick? Oh, the stick is in transit. Apparently, we got updated a couple of minutes ago regarding that. So your stick is in transit. It will be with you soon. Do not worry. Everyone needs a break. And some things can't be sent immediately or as soon as possible, I should say. But yeah, I mean, like we said, Happy New Year's. Now, we are back. There's one or two things to talk about as well, because I mean, quite a number of things happened over the past week. I think a lot of things can happen in 24 hours as well, but I mean, we're getting closer and closer to this new version of Street Fighter 5. I mean, Veggey, is there anything you're looking forward to, or one thing you'd want changed? Anything?
I mean, just before this show, I just thought to not say something incorrect, that I would just check the characters that are qualified, because people like to say this is the most balanced version they ever played. Right now, there are 4 Balrog, 5 if you count Oswald. There are 3 Karins, and I heard if you count Rob TV twice, which you can, there are 4 Karins. 2 Guiles, but there's been many Guiles in top 4s in general and Grand Finals, so it's been like a very overrepresented character. And then you have just one more character with a double show, which is like Sakura. She's not really a popular character, so seeing 2 of her in the cup might be a sign in itself. So I'm looking forward to maybe a balanced patch that's not focused on the people's opinion or like the general, this is socially acceptable to say, and more look at what is the risk reward on these tools and see if we could do something minor just to like fix it up for the last patch so that everything is just as good as it can be.
Okay.
Give me some throw Oki after Boo.
Interesting.
So that I can punish these shit. That would be nice.
Olvaha, what about you? Is there anything you're looking forward to, or fingers crossed that you might get as a selfish request, I should say?
As a smart person, let's just say I've been looking at the qualifiers and what characters they're gonna play, and as a Balrog player, I'm selling my Balrog stocks and I'm buying other character stocks right now. Sell Balrog, sell Balrog.
Get them stocks up,
buy
baby.
Buy Alex.
Oh my word. Well, maybe, who knows? He might get buffed again to
Lariat buffs again.
We need Lariat buffs. It's not a balanced patch if they don't change Lariat.
Yeah, of course. But like, we can talk more about that in a little bit. But yes, just to make sure we're all on the same page again, I've got to show this each and every time because we always get new people. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the general run of show for how sets works every Monday. I'm going to start urging people to kind of screen cap this and save it in their favorites on their phones. You lot like to save memes. You like to take pics of goofy people. So how about do yourself a New Year's resolution, do yourself some justice, screen cap this, and then when someone goes, when is the game starting? Have they finished? Have they not? Do you know what? I actually might make Capcom Fighters put this as the banner. That would be the sickest thing, because then I can message each and every one of you donuts saying when did the game start, and go, look, here's a timetable. You followed one in school, you can follow one when you're an adult. So there you go. General talk is going to be happening for the first 15 minutes or so, and there's your respective time zones. And then after that, we're going to have our lovable guests, which is Luffy and Kilzyou. We'll show the fight card very shortly. We're going to be talking to them for about 15-20 minutes about the current situation with the game and what they're looking forward to, of course. And obviously, at 2 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. GMT time, we are going to be going into the first 10, and that is what is the bulk of the show. That is what you guys are here for. That is what you guys are going to enjoy the most. Now, Richard, roll the fight card so that people are reminded as to who is going to be with us tonight. So, it was, or it still is, Capcom Cup qualified Kilzyou. He is here with us, going to be, talking to us a little bit and playing some more amazing characters, maybe a little bit of Mika. And of course, we're going to bring our second guest that was on the show, because if you go back all the way to March, episode 2, it was Luffy versus Reinhardt, when we still experiment with the first to 7 format, but we increased it. Now, Luffy, returning guest, I'm curious to see how he feels about Rose now that he's had extensive time with the character. He's probably got a lot to say, but Luffy's a great guy. He's a wonderful person to talk to as well. Now, how are you two feeling about tonight with our lovely Frenchman? Veggey, you first.
Can I just, there's a question from chat to you, Jammerz, which is kind of important that we take first. Avon Blocksdale says, that's cool, but when does the game start? Okay,
do you
anyway,
wanna,
when we're going to the... Yeah,
do you
okay,
want to ask him? Do you want to answer them?
I mean, I'm not sure. Jammerz, when do the game start? Really?
Beats me, I don't know. I just read off a script. I don't know anything else about this show. It's not that I've been doing this for about a year or so. No,
okay.
Nothing about it.
But let's get to the fight card. Because I think the reality stones have been pushed, and I'm slowly, as you can see, disintegrating. Is that how you say it? When you
don't feel so good?
You are disappearing like
I'm
a
just
vanishing
like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm just vanishing. Anyway,
say your piece.
sorry. Back to the thing. That's the straight road. Let's go. I think this is very sick set because we get to. I'm the one who gathered this set because I want to see the old school of Europe and France against the new school of Europe and France battle it out. Not only in the game. I want to hear. There's some things I want to ask them about, like. Oh, I will wait until later about the question, but there's some cool stuff. I think there could be some cool banter. This is gonna be an interesting little set for all of us. I'm ready to enjoy it.
Olvaha, what about you? You looking forward to this one?
I'm definitely looking forward to this one, as we've probably a lot of people here have probably seen Luffy play since Street Fighter 4 days.
Yes.
And I've always thought that it has been very interesting for Luffy to have picked such a different character compared to Street Fighter 4, for example, in this game. And we're kind of seeing maybe him going back to Rose, possibly, maybe, at least partly. But
he's had more time.
At least, yeah. But it's something that I'm looking very much forward to, and I definitely agree. Kilzyou, super talented young guy, and then we have kind of the older representation with Luffy, so definitely gonna be a fun set.
Could I just add one thing about Luffy, Mika, and Rose? Because a lot of people say what Olvaha says now, and I understand where they're coming from, that Mika is such a different character from Rose. But if we just take out the long range that Rose had in the Fireball, which are two big aspects, the offensive style of Mika and Rose, at least the way Luffy played Rose, are very similar. He used to do that dash in, dash out, slide, backdash into a forward jump, maybe into like activation mix-ups left, right. He had a lot of these aspects down with SF4 Rose, and I think that's why when he tried Nash, because everyone said that's the Rose, but then he tried Mika and it clicked so quickly, and I feel like he just found all the offense in mid-range game except for the zoning.
You'll know what works for you better than anybody else will. Yes, people will make some suggestions and recommendations, but at the end of the day, you're the one at the you're the driver at the wheel, right? And Luffy figured out what he wanted to play at the end of the day, and it worked out for him for many, many years. And obviously, it's tried and true. His first love with Rose is back in the game. Had a little bit more time because things winded down in the CPT season, and he's had opinions here and there. But like we said, we'll talk to him in a little bit about that. Now, of course, to round up what's happened over the past couple of days, Richard, if you roll the graphic for the winner of the CPT that happened over the weekend in Central America East 2, lo and behold, it was another Power player. Woo! That was fantastic. This was funny, but you know what? Congratulations to Jimmy for winning that. You know, phenomenal play. He worked definitely hard for that. I believe you said it was a Dalton. Was it Louis Man in
Louis Man
in Grand Finals?
That's what I saw. Yeah, let me double check. I'm pretty sure.
I still need to watch the whole top 8, but you know what? Fantastic stuff regardless, because I love watching that region play, and they've got great representation there as well. So congratulations to Jimmy for winning that. Now, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure everyone and their mothers are aware of this. Capcom did make an official statement not too long ago. If you haven't seen it, we'll put it on the screen for you now, and we'll give it a read because this is very, very important. So when my stream team put up, there you go, fantastic. So as you all know, things have been cancelled for the upcoming or potential upcoming finals. They were going to happen, but now they're not. But this is what Capcom put out as the official statement. With rising cases of COVID-19, including Omicron variant causing uncertainty and complications globally, Capcom once again find itself in a difficult position of having to cancel Capcom Cup. The team did not come to this decision lightly, as we know what Capcom Cup means to the community and the players who train so diligently to qualify. The entire esports team offers our sincerest apologies. Please know we share your frustrations, as we wanted nothing more than to have this event return in a big way. But the health and safety of players and everyone involved is our highest priority. Regarding the Capcom Cup 8, the Capcom Cup 8 event, which was scheduled to be held in the United States in February 2022, will be cancelled. However, as an alternative, Capcom will produce an online season final event featuring the players who have won the right to participate in the Capcom Cup 8. Stay tuned for more information, please. And of course, regarding Street Fighter League, which is a very big deal as well, the Street Fighter League World Championship 2021, a competition between the top 2 teams from the Street Fighter League Pro US 2021 and Street Fighter League Pro JP 2021, was scheduled to be held in February 2022. Alongside Capcom Cup 8, the Street Fighter League World Championships 2021 will also be cancelled. Please note that the tournament cancellations and changes are subject to change without prior notice. Well, that is basically it there. So it is unfortunate, but again, I'm pretty sure most of you do know about this, but for those of you, the stragglers that didn't read this or didn't find out about it, the finals are basically cancelled, and there will be some sort of alternative that they are considering. Now, there was definitely mixed opinions. A lot of the players are demotivated and deflated because, again, you wait a whole year and then only to find out this was happening. And again, it was going to be tough for a lot of events, not just the Capcom Cup, but a lot of events to go forward with whether or not they want to continue doing something because it's flu season. You know, there's COVID, there's Omicron, there's the Grinch's disease. Something was flying around, and you probably got it. And you don't want to be that guy who puts on an event, and the event could be successful, and then all of a sudden, one of the attendees goes, "I've just got COVID after coming back from this event." You don't want to be labelled by that, I imagine. But look,
yeah,
we're all disheartened by it, and like they said, health and safety first. Like, again, there might be another time, hopefully, before Street Fighter 5 is like done as a game as a whole. We'll be able to get one huge offline event to happen outside of Red Bull Kumite. And like they said, this didn't come lightly. I guarantee they were probably thinking about this for, what, a good couple of weeks? Maybe up to a month. I mean, who knows? But, I mean, Veggey, that must be pretty upsetting for you because, like, your team was doing very well in the latter half of SFL.
Yeah, now Street Fighter League Worlds is cancelled, but they haven't said anything about Street Fighter League US or Street Fighter League Japan individually. I only see an announcement for Street Fighter League World Finals, which is the finals of the top two teams of Asia, and I mean Japan and US. So we're actually still waiting on information for the league itself. So hoping for the best. But I just wanted to add that I remember that when people always say that not tournament, but organizers in general aren't doing what they should during this pandemic. They should cancel events, but they aren't. So when Capcom does it, they're actually doing the most what's it called, when responsible thing to do, just to make sure. I mean, if the whole world would be as responsible, things would probably go away quicker. So I'm even though it's disheartening, remember, if you qualified for the cup, you are still a Capcom Cup qualified player.
Yes,
and you've made
exactly.
that
Yes.
You just didn't get the chance to win it, but you at least, no one can take that away from you. So you can
Exactly.
still write that in your bio. You qualified for the cup. It doesn't matter if the cup didn't happen. You are a qualified player.
Of course. Obviously, everyone wanted that offline event. But Olvaha, any quick thoughts from you regarding that before we get our guests in?
Well, I mean, yeah, as you both said before, like, it's between a rock and a hard place. Between, like, making these decisions doesn't come lightly. It's always like about safety, it's about players, it's about everyone who's working on the events, it's about countries having specific COVID restrictions, for example. So it's not like very easy decision, and it's so uncertain because something can change in a very short time. Like, we can talk about something and it can, change in 2 weeks or something. So definitely, I think this was the right but unfortunate decision. So
Yeah.
there you have it.
I
Couldn't have said it better myself. But again, let's just keep an eye on Capcom Fighters or even the Capcom Pro Tour website for any information that comes out and see what this alternative solution will be and how they're going to run it. But, enough doom and gloom. Let's get back on the bright side and let's look forward to this set. I believe we do have our guests in the waiting room, Luffy and Kilzyou. So if we can get our lovely guests to unmute their microphones so we can have a nice good old chat with them and have some fantastic questions lined up, because I know Veggey's dying to ask something regarding it. So we've got Kilzyou here. I have Kilzyou.
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Let's find out where Luffy is,
Hey.
because Luffy has actually muted and deafened his mic, so he actually might not hear us. But he'll be with us shortly. But when we do that, we can obviously say bonsoir to Kilzyou.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
There we go.
Bonsoir.
There we go. The Capcom. Oh yeah, we had a Capcom Cup
Bonsoir.
qualified player here. So Kilzyou, obviously this is your first time on the show, and I'm pretty sure you have seen your previous guest, the previous Frenchman, come on. So it's glad to have you on here because I wanted you on here for a little while. Now, me and you did speak before after you won the France, Spain, and Portugal 2, which you won there. Now, my first question for you, as we wait for Luffy to still join us, because he's somewhere in the Netherlands, but my first question for you, Kilzyou, is have you ever considered trying Luke? Because you have a very strong Karen, you've got a fantastic Mika as well, but I definitely feel if you wanted to try out Luke and add him to your repertoire, I think you'd be a fierce competitor with Luke. So what are your thoughts on Luke as a whole?
I didn't try Luke because I was supposed to play Karin in the Capcom Cup in like 2 months, so for me it was too short to play Luke.
Okay, fair. That's interesting. I mean, unfortunately, now that the cup is cancelled, do you think you'd probably give him a go, see what he's really all about? Because I know Mr. Crimson's been really going in and having some fun with Luke, so I thought maybe you wanted to give him a go.
Yes, I practice against Luke because some player plays Luke in I think in the cup, so I just practiced for Luke but didn't play him.
Okay, fair. Now, do we have our lovable Luffy with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, there we go. Obviously, we said bonsoir to Kilzyou. Bonsoir, Luffy.
Bonsoir.
Allez, Luffy!
That's fantastic. Obviously, Luffy, it's been quite some time since we had you on the show, but good to have you back. Now, I've already asked Kilzyou a question, but I've got to ask you this question. You've been learning Rose for quite some time now, so I'm playing a little bit Rose myself, but I want to hear Luffy's opinion on how he feels about Rose in Street Fighter 5 right now.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I've been playing her for I think 2 months. I think from now, and I really think that she actually is success. She's terrible.
I thought you said success.
Oh no!
So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, she's successful.
That's
what I heard.
Yeah. Let's say that. Yeah, she's success.
Right. So, Luffy, let's discuss this with the stream. Rose's biggest problem is she has too many uphills battles. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. She lacks so many things. That's pretty weird. Like at first, her fireball are so easy to react to, especially now that we are all playing on PC as well. She doesn't have Oki on anything. The range of her poke, which is like standing heavy kick and standing hard punch, is great, but they are very minus and they are pretty slow as well. So when you are put in the corner, you can't really use those moves. So when you're back in the corner, you don't really have poke to play. Like you don't have fast poke and you don't have a lot of range. I mean, have you seen her standing light punch? It has less range than Akuma's standing light punch.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Her stand medium punch is like the range is so little, and I don't understand why like you have to confirm her medium kick, crunch medium kick or crunch medium coming spiral, but it takes so much concentration and stuff just to do like 170 damage.
No, you know what? You're not lying. There's definitely a couple of things that make this character a little bit more difficult to play as opposed to, another character of a similar archetype. But look, I just wanted to hear your thoughts because obviously, you played Rose in 4. People know you for the character. It is your favorite Street Fighter character. And the fact that you've pretty much listed all the problems I had, plus more, definitely says we are under the same line of thinking. Another question I have for you, Luffy, before I hand it over to Veggey is, did you ever consider trying out Akira, mainly because of her V-trigger being kind of similar to Nadeshiko? I know you have to play a different style, but maybe I thought like you'd want to give Akira a go, Luffy.
I didn't really tried it because as you know, since 10 days still there was still Capcom Cup happening, so I wanted to just train for the last chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really get myself, but once like 2 months ago I was like, I really want to play a character with a fireball because it's usually my original playstyle.
Okay. Fair.
Akira doesn't really have fireball, so I will play like in neutral, like kind of like Colin. So it doesn't really, it's not really refreshing to play Akira for me. Actually, I wanted to find a character which I will find like more refreshing to me, where I will enjoy to play this kind of playstyle, and unfortunately I went to Rose again.
Well, I mean, look, at this point, we're playing the game, for the most part, a lot of us are playing the game for fun. I mean, I don't think you can deny Rose is kind of fun when things work out. I mean, she's probably not tournament viable, but she's definitely a fun character, like, surely.
Well, yeah. It's very fun when you win a match.
Great feeling.
You're like, oh my god, I'm so good. I actually won against you.
Oh man, I swear.
Are there any matches you guys think is good for Rose though? Both of you, Jammerz and Luffy. Like if you had like really good, like a 6-4 clear 6-4.
Oro.
No,
Please say it.
Oro beats her.
Really?
I actually think Oro
I
beats
think
her.
it's very hard when Oro is in the back of the screen and actually put his fireball and this
Yeah.
skill and fireball and this skill. You don't have that much option when you don't have anything. When you don't have anything to bypass the fireball, it's pretty hard. And actually, it's when I was playing Rose that I understood that so much character has anti-fireball.
Yeah.
With be it like V-skill too, a lot of V-skill, like Cody V-skill, Ed V-skill. A lot of addition is anti-fireball in the end.
Yeah.
But I actually think she actually beat some character that actually struggle against fireball. I think she does well against the character who doesn't have anything against fireball. I think I think she does well against Colleen. She does well against Akira as well.
How about?
Yeah, no,
how
she
about
does.
Honda?
She does well against Akira. She does well against Honda actually. I
Yeah.
personally
I
think
think
she does
so,
well
yeah.
against Honda.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. No, she definitely doesn't do well against Karen. I tried playing Rose against Kilzyou, and that just didn't work out. So take it from me. Do not try Rose against Kilzyou. It doesn't work out. That's
No, she does well. She does well against Karin.
You
for
think?
me.
Wait, you
Yes.
reckon she does?
When Karin doesn't have EX, it's very difficult to play against her.
What do you say, Luffy? What do you say, Luffy?
Well, I guess you don't have on the X bar for maybe 10 seconds. Then after you come.
Oh man.
But yeah, the issue is once you put. I feel like it's not really hard to put Rose in the corner and in the corner I didn't thought that she was so that bad in the corner. When I'm back in the corner, my poke are so slow and I don't have range as well, so it's very hard to fight actually.
Interesting. Veggey, you got any questions for?
Yeah,
Kilzyou?
I mean,
You're dying
some
to
of the
ask these guys.
questions. Yeah, but some of these questions I wanna like save for later when we have, because it's like 7 minutes to the game start. So, but I have some more like easygoing questions.
Go for it.
Really for both Luffy and Kilzyou, but it's more like of a general one, and we can save the other ones for later. I just wanted to know, because since you are from two different like eras and two different age groups, and Luffy's played for so long and Kilzyou has played for some years now. What do you think? We can start with Kilzyou, but what do you think is the most important quality to be a good player?
I don't know. Maybe work and play a lot, because if you don't play a lot, you can be good in this game, and I think in every game. So it's just play a lot and practice and just like that.
So you feel like endurance, work ethic, and just grinding is the most important quality to become a good player?
Yes, and I think online is a very good tool to be better in every game right now.
Okay, I think that's a very good answer actually, because most of the time people want to say something like, "Oh, reactions or confirms," but this is a very interesting take on it. I don't know, Luffy. What about you? What do you think is the most important quality to be a good player?
I think first it's of course to play a lot, like to play online or offline. Then once you come to a plateau, I think it's great to enter like some online tournament at first, then offline tournament as well. But I think the biggest thing you can have is actually to watch back your match and understand why you lose. But I know a lot of players for like maybe 10 years, no, even more than 10 years now. We're in 2022, so it's 11 years, 11 or 12 years that have come to a plateau for a long time, and they haven't win a lot of tournament and stuff. But I think it all comes down to the deep understanding of the game. Yeah. Like they understand the game at a really good level. But I think the top player have a better understanding of the game than them in like some parts, like I don't know, the understanding of the risk reward, which is great. They have, but I think some people have better, so they will do better choice and in a first to two match or in a high level match. One mistake or one bad decision means the win or the lose, and I think it's actually pretty big for them. Like some people might see it as like he's like great overall. I mean the player who haven't been winning, he's great overall. I don't have any name, but he's strong. But I mean there is the fact that he hasn't been at the top for for a decade. I think there is some conclusion you can get off, and maybe those kind of player can actually get some coaching from the highest level player. Like I know, like Mr. Crimson, like Justin Wong, they actually give some coaching. But most player who goes for coaching will be at the level of, for example, like a silver player, gold player who want to improve. But I actually think a lot of grandmaster player can actually take it as well, and can actually learn a lot from them.
You spoke about this. I think you spoke about this on social media before, didn't you? You mentioned that higher level players. Somebody mentioned it, that it's like usually the lower level players are asking for coaching, but it should be, you know, champions or the highest level just should be teaching the guys that are on the level below them. That should be like stepping it up a little bit. I mean, it's an interesting thing, and I don't know. Do you know what? On the topic, Luffy, I mean, I think you've done a little bit of coaching before. I mean, is that something that you'd want it to be a general standard within fighting games now? Or is that just still depending on the motivation of the people wanting to get better? Or do you think that every top player should have some form of coaching? So Phenom does lessons, Problem does lessons, you do lessons, Idon does lessons. Do you know what I mean?
I think in the end, coaching is always great. I mean, there is absolutely no negative thing to it. I mean, as long as someone offers coaching, be it Problem, be it Veggey, be it anyone else, it's always great for the community because you actually teach someone to play the game, so it's better for the community. Then afterwards, it will revolve into what is your goal. If your goal is to like be an Evo champ or be a Capcom Club champion or anything else, then some coach might not be the best for you at this point. So I think it will depend on your objective and also in what point the coach is pretty strong out as well.
Okay, now do you know what? I love the extensive answers.
If you want to play like a very, if your play style is like a very footsie style, a very zoning style type of character, I think I will actually go for Justin Wong.
Fair. Nah, okay. I like that. I love that extensive answer there from Luffy. We got just about enough time for maybe one or two questions. I'm gonna put Kilzyou on the spot. This is your chance to defend yourself, Kilzyou.
Wow.
Is Karen the best in the game? Yes or no?
No. Obviously.
Why?
Obviously.
Okay, who do you think is the best in the game, Kilzyou?
For me, it's like Camille or Urien, Balrog. One of the.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, quickly state your reasons why. Where would you place Karen in the top 5? She's a top 5 character. You can't deny that one.
I think she's 5. I think she's 5.
Damn.
Maybe yes, because she has a lot of bad matchup, and Camille, Urien, Rashid doesn't have a lot of bad matchup. Maybe 1 or 2, so that's why I think you can. Kevin is very good, but you have to play another character for me.
Okay. Personally, that's interesting because it's interesting because I think all the Karen players do have a sub. Bonchan has Sagat. Kilzyou has Mika. Rob TV plays Guile and Shun. Margot plays Akira. So okay, interesting case. I think a lot of the community would disagree with you, but I don't know.
Because
I'll go for it.
A character like Camille. You can just play Camille and beat all the characters in the game, so you can do that with Karin.
No, I agree. I think it's a very logical thing to say. I think like look at Venom when he picked Cammy now a couple of times in Street Fighter. It's like
that has been very interesting.
it's like he's almost better than his Karin already. It's like it's it's like this character is definitely. I agree. Cammy is definitely in the books for number one in the game right now. Who does she lose? I can't really. I don't understand what matchup is she supposed to.
Well, I mean, some people class 5-5 as a bad matchup. I don't know what universe you guys might be living in. But I mean, listen, I don't think Kilzyou's wrong by saying, Urian's up there, Rashid's up there. Rashid doesn't get spoken about at all these days.
That's
Karen is still up there. You know what? Let's quickly ask Luffy before we go on the break. Luffy, who's the best in the game in your opinion?
I think it's either Cammy or Rashid, because as Kilzyou said, I mean, in the end, you have to just look at a matchup chart, and they have the least bad matchup in the game. But like it's really hard to say, because if you look at a matchup chart and if you look at the mathematics, imagine you take a character like, let's say, Dalsim. I'm pretty sure Dalsim has a lot of 7-3 matchup. He wins 7-3. But imagine like character like Cammy, she doesn't have bad matchup, right? But imagine she win like 5-5, then she has some 5-5, she has some 6-4, for example. But imagine like Dalsim lose 2 matchups 7-3, but he actually win maybe 20 matchups 7-3. So by math, he actually wins.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
On the matchup chart.
Listen,
it's a great point. He's the best character in the game.
If we're basing it off of matchup chart statistics, then you can't really deny the fact what Lucy just said. But then that means we just have to go to each and every specialist of those characters and really find a detailed, explained character matchup chart there. But
yeah, because it's actually now there, like you only look at how many matchup a character lose, but imagine like a character has 1,000 of 8-2, then lose only one matchup, then it's really different if you look at it that way.
Yeah, of course. Right, now, unfortunately, I've got to cut us off there because we can talk about this till the end of time. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go for a short break. Now, when we do come back from the break, it is going to be the first to 10 between Luffy and Kilzyou. So grab some snacks, get yourself a drink. And when we come back, it will be a first to 10 between some of France's finest. See you in a bit.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
Guess it's time to start warming up.
Let's go. I'm loving how it's like Birdie and Zangief, even though you're not really a Zangief player anymore. But anyway,
we
you know,
gotta change that, man.
there's something I wanted to say when we came in, and I was thinking, how can I get this message through with Jammerz and Olvaha next to me? But now there's only Olvaha. He's over there, right next to me.
And you know how we roll, dude. Like, you support me, I support you. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
No, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so what I wanted to say is that when you play against Armika, right, you don't appreciate the genius behind some decisions because you're just frustrated and aggravated. But now that we get to watch the best Armika in the world against a very, very strong Karin, one of the best Karins in Europe, and I mean, who knows, maybe even in the world, we get to see some extremely high level, high IQ, deep plays. And since we're not playing ourselves, we can get to enjoy it. Like when I watch Luffy, playing against Kami, Street Fighter League, too good. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. Like, that's like the best part about commentating is like when you're playing, you might be frustrated, but when you're commentating and watching these genius players play, and you're kind of, you know, just enjoying like them beating each other up, you know? Like, I love watching Mika. I hate playing against Mika, but I absolutely love watching Mika.
Especially love watching Luffy's Mika, and I really enjoy watching
Kilzyou's
Karin. So yeah, so this is gonna be very interesting set. It's like almost like a prove a point war, maybe. Like, I don't know. What do you think? Where is Jammerz? I want to hear Jammerz' opinions as well. Right now, I'm dying to hear what Jammerz has to say, because I know Jammerz is an ex-Armika player. I hope he didn't hear us praise Mika players in general, because if he did, we're lying. We didn't mean it.
What was that?
Don't let it get to
I don't know.
I don't know.
We were just saying
the production team. Yes, he's gonna try it. No, I knew he was gonna try it. I knew he was gonna try it and take this opportunity to do it. Now, first of all, Karin versus Mika is one of Mika's hardest matchups. Personal opinion. It's been like that since season 1. Now, this is interesting because one of the things is interesting about this matchup is Kilzyou was right in saying when Karin doesn't have any meter, it can be difficult to circumvent the fireballs, but only for a limited amount of time. Doesn't mean she can't walk up to Rose and keep in the crouch and meter kick range to make Rose consider what button she has to press.
Oh, nice punish on the sweep, though. And you know what I'm liking? That I'm seeing a lot from Rose players? You know, that was an anti-air cross-up that a lot of other characters can't do anymore. Am I right, Jammerz? Am I right?
Oh yeah, crouching hard punch, like anti-air.
Yes.
I'm not even complaining when Rose does that because it's sick.
Oh wow, okay, already
it's the way it should be.
Start for Luffy.
So it's interesting as well that Luffy picked the tarot cards as well. Soul Satellite is decent and can help with aggressive gameplay, but in terms of reducing Karin's damage output with the damage debuff card and inflicting grade damage and chip damage better with the purple tarot card, I think there's some good stuff here and a strategy to work behind that. So we'll see how it goes. There you go.
And I don't know if you guys remember in Street Fighter 4, the Roses would do like heavy and medium spiral on block, right? So in the beginning, no one was really using spiral and block that much because heavy and medium are really easy to punish. But then they realized that far away, light spiral is a tool you can use kind of the way you used to use it back in SF4. So we see a lot more of that spiral game implemented, and I'm sure we'll see from there.
That's very true.
Well, it's
a very good point, Veggey.
I think they're all -10 on block. Karin should be able to do super and sweep at most ranges. So Luffy has to play kind of gimmicky and a little bit more like elusive to make sure to throw Kilzyou off his game, but we'll see how it pans out over time.
Oh, guaranteed hits, baby! How are you gonna block that, Jammerz? Tell us later, please.
I mean, it's kind of easy. Like, V-Shift kills the V-Trigger 1 setups there.
That's why you always need to have that V-Shift up there to back you up.
And you know it's gonna kill you. It's not even a question at that point. With that life bar on Rose, you know that's dead.
So she's got, I believe, Rose's 950 vitality. Let me double check. I think she's 950 and 1,000 stun. I think she's got more stun than poison.
Oh, okay, no answers to Fireball, bro? I'm not really sure. That was a great answer. 2 throws already. Half-Life, 3 throws. 45%
are removed.
There you go. Right, that should be should be the round or close to it. He's not going to spend the bar on the Orochi. Let's see how Luffy's going to get out. No, he's not. And this is the thing as well, right? So Rose's defensive options are very interesting because a lot of things play around her EX Soul Spiral. So EX Soul Spiral is projectile and strike invincible from frame 1, but you can throw it. You can backdash throws, and if you know they're going to backdash throws or V-shift, there's the OS towards it. So there's a very interesting cycle, and I think Rose is played, or how people attack Rose is played around that little cycle there, because there's nothing fully invincible outside of a CA there. Now, Luffy is going to continue practicing Rose or trying out this matchup. I think long-term, like, Karen wins it. Like, in the long run, Karen wins it, so...
Yeah, it looks like a matchup for Karen, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah, for me, I definitely agree with that.
Oh,
Nice punish.
that confirm. Yeah, great punish, like a full punish.
Oh, he did get it confirmed.
Doesn't get the EX fear.
I mean, we saw the last round, last game. He just did a meterless anti-fireball and killed him in the corner. So
Another grab.
looking rough.
You can't, like, after you block the light kick, there's not much you can do. You can't soul spiral. You're not really going to back this in the corner. And you're not going to beat it. So.
Yeah,
Like,
best
you can
to
just
watch out.
definitely see whenever Luffy gets bullied into the corner, it just becomes a different game altogether.
Hey, listen, man.
That
Kilzyou told us
nice.
it's a hard matchup.
I don't believe it.
I'm just saying.
Players.
I don't believe any of the matchups they say are hard because they're talking about the first 8. They're talking about the first 10 seconds.
And even then, it's probably like 5-5, right? Am I right?
Nice view
Okay.
reversal there.
Oh,
Yeah, like we said before, some people think 5-5 is a hard matchup.
yeah, they're usually playing top tier.
Side switches out of the corner
Nice.
with the Soul
Yeah.
Fortune teleport.
There you go. Very nice start for Kilzyou here. Very convincing, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I want to see a beatdown of Rose. This matchup looks rough because I know Lucas Rose is good. I think he got 3rd in Salt Mine League with this Rose. So you know that this Rose is just not,
he
it's
had
not
to
something.
pick, he had to pick Mika at some point as well. Don't worry, she is not doing anything by herself. Believe
Yeah, okay,
me,
yeah,
she's
I
not
can
doing
believe
that.
that.
She is not
Okay,
doing
okay.
Yeah,
I think
you can hear the change.
I think we're gonna see the change here. And
No, you know
honestly,
Oh, go for it. Go for it, please.
no, I was just gonna say that honestly, this is what I personally want to see. I want to see those dash ups. I want to see those double dashes. I want to see those Nadeshikos drop from the sky and interrupt everything.
To be honest with you, I don't disagree with Luffy experimenting with Rose. I feel like if you have a secondary character and whatever, in certain matchups, you know what? If you're playing a long set, experiment with them 1 or 2 times. Just see how it goes because it's going to be valuable data regardless, or to help cement your decision in that matchup to not play that matchup anyway. But he's going to go for the tried and true. Second love, by the way, because his first character in Street Fighter 5 was Nash before he went over to Round 1. Veggey, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that did not go too well, but as we spoke about earlier, that Mika had a better fit, you know. I think that it's interesting that you guys say that this is the hardest matchup for Mika because I have seen Luffy beat Venom, I've seen him beat Punk. I mean, I've seen him beat a lot of these carries that are the best carries in the world, so...
I think if you play it like textbook, then it's definitely one of the hardest. Because again, at one point it was Geef, Karen, I can't remember the other 2 that were extremely hard for Mika, but Luffy's like well-versed and experienced with the French community as well as Karen at the highest level, so he makes it doesn't look as hard as it is on paper.
Yeah. That was a great move punish on the instant drop kick earlier. I'm loving this conversion. As Luffy said, he's practicing that confirm a lot. Nice, no check on the dash again, and he finds it.
Just bet on it.
Yo, what a jump from Kilzyou. It should be 2-0 to Kilzyou, not 1-1.
Yeah.
Luffy has definitely not won a game with Rose, I can tell you that much. So we can get the scoreline changed to 2-0 Kilzyou, that'd be fantastic. There we go, thank you.
And I mean, one thing I will give all of these Mika players that with the addition to V-Shift, there's now not 3, but there's 4-way mix-up when you have a DP, so that's kind of rough when you need to make that mix count because the neutral is so heavy in the other's favor. Nice shimmy from Luffy.
Perfect.
Oh, I love it. He's going to get the stun as well. He's going to close out this round. Oh, no stun.
Right. Kareem, sturdy.
He finds it, though.
Hang on. My phone's, hold on. My phone's ringing. Capcom on the line. Hold on. What was that? What do you want to change for the next balance patch? Give Karen 850 stun. Great. Thank you.
Execute it.
All right, Karen's going to get less stun in the next patch, guys.
This just been breaking news, everyone. More news at 11.
Dashes into the V skill there. Good break from Luffy. Again, you can see it in his movement, the natural defensive decision making, you know, being more obstinate on offense with Mika. You can see it there.
That charge drop kick is so strong.
What a big whiff. He wanted to activate the V-Trigger 1 and get that mix going, but had that unfortunate whiff on a very long poke. Finds an activation now, though.
Oh,
reverse 5 hits.
Reset.
Great conversion. Left
He
one,
tried
finds it
to
right.
V-shift. It kills you trying to
No
V-shift, and he does a low forward.
You know what?
Waiting for V-shift?
No, being that ready to make a decision like that in such a chaotic situation shows you how good Kilzyou has become.
Yeah.
That was an amazing
Exactly.
place to actually do a reversal crouch medium kick in a reversal situation. This is not a situation where you're knocked down and you get to think about it. This is a situation where you are very stressed. Everything is happening. You just got hit by an activation, great conversion, a left-right, and then a reset, and then you're still mentally there to think he's gonna shimmy or look for something. That was a beautiful end to that round by Kilzyou.
Yeah,
That's a great way to put it. Like, especially like it's not like a hard knockdown where you get to, think about your options. It's like a reset from the air, like you said.
all right.
Absolutely gorgeous.
He's going to get the stun here and close out the round. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, listen, Kilzyou made a decision before. He said, you know what, I'm going to commit to the crouching medium kick, thinking Luffy thinks I'm going to be baited or do the extra center. So again, the level between these guys, it's nothing shy of high-level gameplay. No backdash there from Kilzyou.
Whoa! Did you see how that catch the jump heavy kick? That was crazy. Oh, Luffy though. Nice conversion from Kilzyou. Finds the confirm.
Nice
Just ready to walk back. Yeah.
All right, gets the grab. All right, and then he almost thought he got a counter hit there. No anti-air and good reactions there from Luffy to decide to do a brimstone. Keep him there, but unfortunately, he's going to lose this round, and it is going to be 4-0 to Kilzyou in this first attempt.
It's getting hard for Mika to snowball because of all these defensive options. We saw the call out with a shimmy slash, and it will beat the V-shift as well, right? And even a neutral jump with that walk back. But it's just that addition to that V-shift is really, as you can see, detrimental to the snowball. Yeah, what's up down there?
I was just gonna say that you were that person who said that if you played Karin, you would love V-shifts, right?
Exactly. Oh, big punish. Yeah, but you're very correct there. I have said that. Wow.
Oh no, he missed his grab. I don't know why he go for a regular throw there. Commander would have done it, but I guess he wanted to do a throw with less risk. Gonna get that punish into heavy shooting Peach though.
Oh, nice. Finds another throw. And great blocks.
Very promising.
Activation though. Right now it's the old Mika because the activation there's just 3 ways now, but he finds the back throw. But
He
there
could have
was a
punished
shimmy
that. Luffy could have won the
Yeah.
round. That's the stand hard punch is -5, so you can EX Peach.
Yeah.
But I think he's worried about it being cancelled into Orochi as a frame trap.
And look at this standing short pressure. It's so aggressive from Kilzyou.
My God, what a beautiful patient sequence from Luffy, but it's just not enough. Kilzyou still finds the opening 2 times, even with all that amazing composure from Luffy.
Oh, okay. Drop kicks over the stand hard kick to build momentum again. Misses his command grab because Kilzyou's walking backwards.
And nice, finds the automated whip punish there. Tries to
Honestly,
with jab.
Honestly, I just feel like it's so beautiful how Kilzyou is just, reacting to these different situations, just like slightly walking backwards and using all these defensive options. And he's playing the matchup really well.
Trust me, there's a lot of things Karen can walk out of because of her backwards walk speed, and you can tell how comfortable Kilzyou is in this matchup as well because this is his pocket character, and he's pretty damn strong with Mika as well. But Luffy's trying to fight back, gets that round with EX Rainbow Typhoon.
Back to drop kicks.
Oh, that's punishable. Great punish from Kilzyou. Finds the jab tango. Look at the damage from just the jab punish. That's such a good strength to have in a game when things are like -3, -4 on block.
I'm not sure why Luffy is opting for non-charge drop kicks at times, especially at a very punishable range against Kilzyou when you got stand light kick there.
Like a sweep at that range.
Oh, that brimstone. Nice. Oh, but he still finds it. Could have super, but he wasn't ready.
Perfect spaces from
One
Luffy
more.
here in the corner.
Oh, he finds the hit. Finally reads what Kilzyou wants to do on defense. Misses the punish combo. I know the kill combo there, but fortunately for him, Kilzyou and Karim was low on life. Mika, one on the board. Luffy's coming back slowly. What do you guys think about you think this will evolve into more of a Luffy match, or will it continue to go the way it has? 4-1 right now for Kilzyou. What's up? What do you say up there, big man?
I definitely see Luffy making a comeback. I don't know. Someone's going to slightly edge it out, but the thing is, it depends on how often Luffy's going to be willing to. He's with punish crouching medium kick a couple of times, but it's how he's going to find other strategies to circumvent Karen's buttons. He has to block half the time. Yeah, he's going to have to overextend by doing that. See if Kilzyou's going to be consistent with those anti-airs or be aware of what he's doing. But I don't know. What do you think about Olvaha?
I don't know, man. Honestly, like, it's really hard to say at this point.
The thing I noticed with Luffy is that when he, like, if you do long sets with him and he starts finding that you have like more of a rhythmic defensive approach, he's very good at calculating what it is and getting a lot of right reads. So I think the longer the set, he's actually really good at coming back and turning things around.
Oh, speaking of trying to turn things around, it's not going to work out here because Kilzyou is going to close out the round with a combo ending in EX Resenha. And I mean, listen, Luffy said on Street Fighter League, sometimes people call me random, but I call it genius.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Oh, that's why he's doing those big drop kicks, because of that crush, counter, crouch, fierce, punish, or like answer to the drop kick, and another answer there.
That crouching fierce has worked perfectly this round for Kilzyou.
So, I think it still works. I think you can actually... Oh, chase him down. That's what you're going to do. Can he get a reset? What's it going to be? Resenha?
Oh, nice delay!
He was waiting for that so long.
Damn, the button there from Kilzyou. Well timed.
The chase down.
Oh my god, it's so terrifying.
Dead.
Oh, but there's the super, and Kilzyou takes that once again. Like, he's so good at clutching these out.
Do you know what? You should really pay attention. If you guys like ever have the chance to really watch Kilzyou's like everyday replays on CFN, as well as go back through some old tournament footage, how he cycles through the defensive options. The crouching jab, the EX Resenha, the V-shift, the backdash, walking backwards. It's when he does it and where he does it. It's actually kind of hard for quite a number of players in Europe, because we are region locked, of course, to get a clean and solid read on Kilzyou's defensive choices. He's exceptional with this one, trust me.
He is. Oh wow, look at that. He's so ready for those drop kicks, honestly.
That is such a good answer to have. I mean, he's half the bar up with full life.
He was going for the air-to-air once again. It didn't work this time, unfortunately, for Kilzyou.
Oh,
this might even...
Double dash.
Oh, man. And, like, missing one air-to-air leads to all of this.
What's it gonna be, though? He's kind of safe on the mix.
He
did not want that.
Yeah, he didn't want that.
Now he wanted to build some extra bar.
Oh, man, it worked out anyway. Listen, we call it happy accidents. I'm pretty sure you've all had one of those in your lifetimes.
Definitely. It happens every now and then.
It was a masterpiece by accident.
Yeah. And I do... Oh, there's where the fight drop kicks are. He wants to crush or stop or punish the crouch fierces. Stop him from doing that, so he can do the full charges to get in at some point. It's just a mix-up game, I think.
And to jump in. Let's see, delay, that's going to be stunned. Yeah, and he didn't have to spend the bar or even build it with the Mujinja Q, so he's going to end it with the heavy Resenha. We're going to go to the final round here of Game 7. Kilzyou's been running away with this, man. Can he extend that lead?
Honestly, I find it kind of baffling how big of the lead is right now. Like, these guys have probably played a lot against each other, but I wouldn't have predicted it would go this far.
It's 3-1 in this matchup, though, right now. So I wouldn't say it's too far, and it's close.
Actually, that's a fair point.
Is he going to do Luffy special? No, he's not. And the
beautiful.
All right.
Wingless airplane.
And listen, it may be hard to bait for a lot of people. It may be difficult to bait an EX Resenha from Kilzyou defense, but I'll tell you what, I didn't say he wouldn't do it. I didn't say he did not. It's all a matter of when he's going to do it. But again, it's like, I got to agree with Veggey here. The longer the set goes on, the more time he has time. He gets more time to figure it out, and I think, like, again, I wouldn't want to call it calculated random. I'll be giving him too much credit.
Ooh!
It's definitely a thing.
He's trained him to stop with the crouch fierces. Sorry.
That aggression's just coming on now. That's +1 on block, that meaty stand medium kick there.
Do you call playing blackjack calculated? Calculated blackjack?
Depends how much money's on the line.
Way out. Wow.
That's a fair point, man.
That's okay.
Ooh, nice. You see, Kilzyou younger, bigger reactions. He's more ready in the air. What a beautiful way to show you how important age is.
Right, guess the game is a hard knockdown. Is he going to Resenha or a V-shift?
Do it.
Oh, there you go. He's got the Resenha.
Nah.
Actually did it once again. Like, at one point we were thinking about these drop kicks, but like they're starting to bite.
You know what's crazy? Yeah. Right? I'll tell you something that's crazy. There's the stats and the science behind the game, and then the psychological aspect behind players. It's how well Luffy understands players. He knows what he's doing is severely punishing. He knows what he's doing.
Honestly, he should probably be some kind of mind reader or something, like, because it's terrifying how he makes these reads.
Personally, I think understanding the opponent's mindset is one of the biggest strengths of a player. So that's why I wanted to ask about this earlier. grinding definitely important, but I do think that what Luffy said was a very good answer. Understanding the risk reward makes you better at making the right decision.
Oh, look at that. He is being so stubborn with these stand hard kicks. Good interruption there by Kilzyou. Another check on the dash there.
There we go. Once again, the throw range, it's so good.
And he just wake up forward jumps. It's so beautiful to look at, really, because it is such an odd thing at that point, but it's just working out. Another EXD before Kilzyou.
It's odd but beautiful at the same time.
He's going to do another one, surely. Oh, he tried something.
Yes. That was nice. Because I think that might slide under the Resena. You think so?
No. So crouching hard kick actually goes under certain reversals if you get the timing right, the right frame advantage, and do. I can't remember exactly what the situation was, but he has done that before. That is something he does in the past, and it's way better to do when V-Trigger's there, because then you get to cancel out block and then create another mix-up, and it's going to be essentially another guess there. But Luffy's closing the gap. He's reducing the deficit in his first attempt.
It's so interesting to see, and honestly, like, we've been saying this a lot, but I definitely agree with how, like, the longer the set goes, I feel like the more Luffy gets time from these reads, the more he gets to, you know, absorb information from Kilzyou.
Oh my god, he dashed it again.
I was gonna say, you saw earlier that Kilzyou tried to whiff punish the drop kick, right? So you would expect Luffy now to do a full charge, because Kilzyou is looking to punish the drop kick, and that is the mind game that he's constantly kind of like trying to establish, that instant drop or delayed drop kick, like full drop kick. You have to decide in advance and make it a mix-up.
Right.
Okay. Gets another round on the board though, and again, it's how solid and kind of patient you can be as Karen. I know she's got low vitality and low stun, but again, if you see the kind of various approaches Luffy's taken to win rounds and win games, as opposed to how Kilzyou's winning rounds and winning games, it is significantly different.
Dude, it's like light and day.
Well, one kind before the other, I'll tell you that much.
Confirm again, is really Kilzyou dominant right now. Going up. It's gonna be hard for Luffy to come back from this one.
And the standing short is such
That's punishable. Oh, he could have gone super, but he didn't.
There you go.
Yeah, but that was great.
Gonna get the side switch here.
Yeah, one more big guess right now.
He won't do it. He won't do it, surely. Yeah.
No!
Okay. He won't do it.
Ah, that was great from Kilzyou. Great, like, showing us that he's not... Yeah, that was great.
Guts.
I mean, I think Luffy was trying to I think Luffy was trying to shimmy, but Kilzyou was early teching and just flew out.
And
That's
remember,
what it looked like to me as well.
Remember, Veggey, you remember this? Some of the Japanese players were talking about it. They said people got to start doing the early tech on Wake Up now, because everyone's delaying and it catches out certain people's meetings and whatnot. So I think Luffy, depending on what like situation it would be, like I think Luffy should just go for the gusto with the command grab sometimes. Like I know he's trying to shimmy and do something else, but we'll see. Another perfect hit on the way for Kilzyou. Is he gonna get it? He will.
Oh my god, that air target combo is so powerful, like especially from a back jump. Like you can just drive them back to the corner if you're, you know, if the opponent is trying to jump out of the corner. That's such a powerful tool.
Well, it's a thing
Luffy
where
misses the confirm, baby.
Oh yeah, he missed it unfortunately. But yeah, the best answer against Mika's aerial approach is doing air to air. And if you got an air target combo, like well, you're just like singing your praises here, mate. Happy days.
Great delay there earlier from Luffy. Just needs to block something to get that activation. There we have possible activation coming in from Luffy. And there's no V-reversal or V-shift on Kilzyou's side. And that's when he opts for the DP again.
He delayed the Resena as well. That didn't say reversal. That was delayed.
Yeah.
He tried to sneak in a dash, but Kilzyou is just
Why
ready.
he built the
Young man reactions. Young man reactions.
But
You know, it's really...
No, sorry, reaction.
I just want to tell you something funny, Jammerz. In the Fighter League area, they were always discussing V-triggers, and the Karin players would be like, oh, Karin doesn't have V-trigger. And I agree with Luffy, and Luffy would say it's one of the strongest V-triggers in the game. Have you seen how many times it just closes around? They just do Resena, it hits you, go into the super, like just
all right, let me tell you something, right? This is why you can't have civil conversations with a lot of fighting game players. Right? No, hear me out. While we watch this game, hear me out, right? With that V trigger, it is so basic that it is so effective, right? there's hardly any counters to it because of how basic it is. All these other V triggers, you're like, yeah, I gotta do jump back OS, I gotta do a V shift, right, Karen's, you just like, I just gotta block it. And he's got to worry about low forward. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right. People saying Karin doesn't have a V system, honestly, I don't know what kind of a game they're
Mate, she uses a V system more than anybody else does. You're wild.
Yeah,
Like,
she has the best V system.
Right.
Whatever Karin does in her V system, it is the correct decision. That is why it's such a great V system. You never feel like you're losing by using one of her options. All of these V options are great.
Okay, does the overhead? Wow, okay. Challenges after overhead on hit. I need to check the numbers of that, actually, because some overheads on hit are actually like 0, so...
I really like how Kilzyou managed to come back from the reads that Luffy had for him in a while. It's really hard to get the read on Kilzyou, as Jammerz said. Oh, finally Luffy finds it, though.
What a read. And patience as well.
One more mix. Oh.
Yo, but okay, that was a clean punch. There you go.
Important round for Luffy.
Do you know what? Quite a few of these games has gone to final game, final round, and I still stand by my point. I still find this like one of Mika's hardest matchups ever since Season 1. I still find it that way. And you're seeing it in a scoreline.
I can definitely see that.
I can see it. I could see how the V-shift kind of makes it even harder. I would say that when you could snowball better before, but now it looks really annoying to be the one on offense. Great conversion. Was that a hit confirm? I mean, who knows?
Size which
It's
once
left,
again,
right.
the standing reason. There you go, Brimstone. Oh, but the crouch fear is such a good
no punish, Jammerz. Stand Fierce blocked, but no punish.
Yeah,
too far?
It might have been. I'm pretty sure Stand Fierce is -5 on block. Let me double check, but Mika's not dead yet.
No, but she does not have too much of a chance here.
And look at this. Oh, that was so brave from Luffy.
Oh my
God, it just finishes off with a hard read there. Doesn't pay off.
Yeah, Karen's stand hard punch is -5 on block, so EXU and Peach should have got it. Did it say reversal timing when Luffy did the?
I didn't pay enough attention to that part of it.
Okay, if you missed it, you missed it. Someone in the chat did say Karen's overhead is 0 on hits, so that makes sense because Luffy went for a stand medium punch, he got a counter hit, so... It's super important to understand the frame data on overheads on hit when they don't kill you. So.
Because they do have a lot of different, frame data.
Okay,
frame data.
Yeah, 8-3 to Kilzyou right now. What a substantial lead. And I'm telling you, man, he's one of the best players in France, and he's been showing it time and time again. Remember, this guy qualified for the cup, man. Qualified for the cup. He did.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, lovely with punish on the crouch mini kick there. I just like seeing that. Luffy would have checked a bit too late. Trade in favor of Kilzyou with the
Kilzyou is taking the aggressive, path of aggression.
Oh, what's it gonna be?
Back throw.
No
good.
way.
Yeah, the disc goes
No way.
So good.
With punish and here's the thing as well, to consistently whiff punish Karen, you got to use stand medium punch and hit confirm it, or I say confirm it into EXU and Peach. You can't really go for stand fierce into heavy because you don't want to like increase your recovery frames as well as miss.
Right.
So you're spending bar when you probably don't want to do it in a game that Karen excels at.
Oh, look at that back and forth. It's so terrifying when Karin start doing that. Like,
I think some of these blocks from Luffy have been absolutely amazing. But I think he's also been thrown out of delays a lot, like delay jab to catch both V-shift and the other one. So it's
honestly, guys, I don't know how you guys feel, but honestly, for me, how Kilzyou is reacting to those drop kicks is one of the more impressive things. Like he's willing to wait out for the loading time or the charge time on that, and he's just interrupting them consistently.
Listen, man, it takes a while to find that space and be comfortable. Once you're comfortable with it, once you shut down all of Mika's approaches, the jumps, the drop kicks, the dashes, it's pretty difficult for her to play any matchup, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, even the dash buttons beating the preemptive stuff. Yep. Okay, we need to get something going right now.
If anyone can do it, Luffy can do it.
Yeah, it's looking rough. Oh,
dead.
Again with the fierce.
Yeah, he's dead.
9-3 or 7-3 in this matchup. Either way, Kilzyou is in a great spot right now.
Oh, for sure. And again, it's mainly all the decisions he's making on the ground, react to the air properly. He's adjusted his answers to Luffy's, aggressive approaches with the dashes and the drop kicks, whether they're non-charged or not.
Right.
So it's kind of difficult at this point for Luffy to decide what's actually going to happen. And it looks like we've gone back to the character select screen. Is he going to just end it with Rose?
9-3.
Well, he's got one more game. He's got one more game. So if he wants to try it, Give it a go.
Hey,
You can. So.
if you can't lose a first to 10 if you leave at 9-3. Am I right, guys? That's basic math,
sure,
right?
man.
That's
You
basic
leave us
math.
the winner, right?
Okay.
That's basic math.
Can't
Come on.
lose a first to 10 if
Be real.
you leave at 9-3. You definitely sound like an ultra silver player right now.
Oh yeah, that's my rank, baby. I just want to tell you guys, I think Luffy might go for the co-lean.
Okay.
Yo,
Let's see.
Let's see if you
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see.
there you go.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Because you know Luffy has great neutral, great conversions. I wish he would have done this a bit earlier, like at 7-3 or something. Let's go. I'm very
And
interested
honestly,
in this.
like speaking of calling, we've seen that in the Street Fighter League as well.
Yes, but that was kind of forced because he was banned.
Yeah,
That's
he
true.
was bad.
Oh, lovely whip punish. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you see that beautiful whip punish though from Luffy, already showing that now I got footsie twos too. Let's
You know
go.
what? I might ask him afterwards what made him opt for Colleen out of the whole roster.
Oh, a beautiful
This is
confirm
looking
there
really
from
promising,
Luffy.
honestly.
Starting out great. Oh, he finds the shimmy.
Beautiful.
Oh, I thought he was going to do the
not
counter.
ready.
I actually thought he was going to do the counter anti-air and get the stun, but he didn't.
What a brazen tech. Another one.
Praise.
Yeah, he was not ready to do it again, but Kilzyou saying, oh, you're doing
nice
that?
interruption.
And Luffy saying, yeah, that's enough bullying for one day.
Exactly. No more throws for you, mister.
Yeah. And Luffy, though, that was such a smart crouching heavy kick there. He knows Kilzyou might want to do the inch back walk, so he's doing a bit slower button. He's working out another whip punish. This should have been done way earlier, it looks like.
I don't know, man. He wanted to. I respect him for trying out Rose. He's still like in the phases of learning Rose and seeing like you know if he really wants to go forward with this. And he didn't qualify for the cup, so why not? Have some
Another
fun?
6 spacing in with punish.
I can't
Sorry,
believe
Jammerz.
how Luffy's just changing between these characters as well during this set. Like it's super impressive. He's like looking as natural as a fish in the water. You know, like he's like playing so fluid.
Hang on,
I
let's see, because Kilzyou can still come back with a couple of grabs and a super activate.
Oh,
He's
but
dead.
he's not
No,
going
he's
to
dead,
get the
he's dead,
activation
yeah,
right now,
he's
Jammerz.
Not coming back from that. Ugh.
He's gonna end
I
it there.
like this.
Yeah, he's gonna end it there
I'd
with
like
a
to
frost
say-
spear.
Colleen wins.
I'd like to say, Jammerz, sorry. I'd like to say that if this ends now in 10-4 or 10-5, I'd like us to schedule a run back Colleen Karin at some point in the not too distant future, because that is a set I want to see. This is gourmet Street Fighter. What do you think up there, my bro?
I mean, we'll hear it from the players first, because usually the run backs come through when the players on the run back. But I mean, if these guys are down to depend on the scoreline today, we can see how it turns out. But again, Kilzyou is on set point. He's only got one more game to win. Luffy using that Colleen. Remember, we can see he's been working on this because you see it quite a bit at Street Fighter League against some of the finest players in the community. So.
Okay, very terrifying situation for Luffy right now, but clutch V trigger activation.
Oh, he thought it was a counter hit. He actually thought it was a counter hit. Okay.
Yeah, but that looked meaty as well. You can get that conversion on meaty. Unfortunate for Luffy, Kilzyou.
That is true, actually. That
comeback,
is true.
yeah.
I totally forgot you could meaty that and get another crouching medium punch.
It
But
looked
it might be null and
so-
void because it is match point here for Kilzyou.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, clutch counter. Just tried to see me as well.
It's found the counter a lot of times, so.
Beautiful.
Punish again. Just walks in here. Step in with punish.
Such a powerful
Gonna
character,
be-
honestly. I feel like people don't talk about Colleen.
Oh no, we do. No, don't worry. Don't,
You do.
don't worry.
Oh, another one
Can
of
he
these
stun?
punishes.
Not quite.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, he
done.
did. All right, it
Yeah,
was
it
just
is.
about. Oh, that was
Dude.
fantastic. That is
That
what
was-
you call the optimal stun combo in a
was
situation like that.
I was just gonna say that that's what you call optimized.
Yeah. Kilzyou though, great start this round. Full super meter. Any hit right now is gonna be so low for Luffy. He really needs to stay careful, stay on his toes here.
Yeah, Luffy doesn't want to get hit because it is set point for Kilzyou, so I think he's going to be more cognizant of crouching, medium kick, or any sweep.
That was scary.
Shit, and he misses the confirm, but no punish for Kilzyou. Lucky.
Okay.
Damn, Neon won't be happy about that.
Definitely not.
He looks a
Oh
bit
no,
stressed.
punish once again. What's happening?
Getting a bit. Oh, both sides a bit.
Kind of shaky.
I mean, shaky's an understatement at this point. It is definitely spaghetti bolognese at this point.
Okay, trembling.
Oh, but that's gonna be very big for Kilzyou and the activation.
Oh! No! Wow. Oh my. He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead, but that was such a great read. Being so aware, doing the backdash, just didn't find the range to punish in time, and Kilzyou 10-5s, Luffy.
Yeah, indeed. And that was fantastic stuff there from Kilzyou. He beat all 3 of Luffy's characters, whether it was 1 game, 2 game, or 5. Kilzyou remains supreme, and he's shown you once again why he's one of the strongest players that is coming out of the French region. And I noticed as well, the stream team changed the graphic because they didn't want me on their cases. Anyway, let us say GG's in the chat, everyone. They are going to take that spelling mistake to the grave. But what we do have to do is go to a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to these guys about the matchup amongst asking them a few more questions about Street Fighter 5 in general. Again, don't go nowhere. Unwind, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes.
Ooh, yeah.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
I don't even care about being the best in America. I'm the best in the world.
We are here for the final event to see who wins Street Fighter League.
We are excited to come back and play.
It's gonna be the biggest showdown.
One of these 2 teams will be crowned.
Nasser against Alpha 3.
If you stand in my way, I will kill you.
He's not ready for this, though.
Not ready for it. You got ready for that. This is only the beginning. We're going to week 1. The stakes are significantly higher.
Oh my God!
You're still alive. He jumped back. Oh my God! The playoff spot is in the balance.
Believe in fate.
Oh my God, the block!
He's doing it for his team right now.
What a slugger of a match.
quickly.
I'll show you.
Street Fighter World Champion!
I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you!
Steve.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
happening?
It's so good.
Alright everybody, and welcome back to today's episode of Sets featuring Luffy and Kilzyou. If you are just joining us, well, I've got to take you over to that portion of the screen. The set has now been concluded with Kilzyou winning it 10-4 over Luffy, fighting all of his characters, the Mika, the Rose, and the Colleen. But we should have both the gentlemen in the chat with us once again. So Luffy, Kilzyou, do you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Perfect. So Kilzyou, congratulations on winning that set there, 10-4. Olvaha, please, I got to let you have the first question because we get to ask one of your questions before the first to 10. But it might be kind of tied in with how well Kilzyou played in that set. Well, not just that set, how he plays well in general. So go for it.
Exactly, like, we all know, Kilzyou, you're a great player in Street Fighter. And we also kind of, like, it's known as well that you're good in another game as well. It's called eFootball. And my question is that, is there possibly something between these games that can, you know, be translated from game to another regarding skill, you know, between Street Fighter to eFootball or vice versa? I gotta ask you, is it the footsies?
They are not very similar, but you can apply something like the mental and something like that. But it's very different, so no, it's not very the same game.
Okay.
Okay, fair play. Now, in regards to the set that just happened now, Luffy, out of the characters that you have at your disposal, obviously you're learning Rose, and you've had Colleen and Mika for quite some time. Who do you think is the best character to use against Karen, in your personal opinion?
I think it's Colleen.
Okay.
I mean, with Rose, I think we could say that at first it started well. Then I actually listened the interview from Kilzyou before the set, saying that if he has no meter, I can't do fireball. Then at some point he did Rest and Ha. I was like, oh, he can do that.
But then...
And then after I was like, oh, I can only play on the ground against Karen, which is kind of tough. And then he put me in the corner. I don't have free frame with Rose, so every time he does a light kick, you have to guess, because since you don't have a free frame, he can actually walk again, then do the light kick again, or shimmy. It's just really hard once I get put down in the corner or in the ground. So yeah, then with Mika, Kilzyou is just so strong, and Mika, he's ready for everything. Even for the jumps, there is no mind game if he start doing the air target combo.
Yeah, exactly. And, I told you guys.
And since he play Mika himself, he already know how to play against. And at the end, I think I came to the conclusion that Mika in long set is just too hard this season with the V shift and stuff. I think it's doable in first to two, but in long set it's pretty hard because you have to guess so many times right. And against a character like Karen, who have a DP, who have a backdash, of course, who have a V shift as well, who have huge damage if I miss a count grab, it's really tough.
Yeah.
And so in the end, I tried Colin, and actually went pretty well, I guess. And but I think in the end, Colin does the best against Karin, just because I can actually play neutral against her.
Okay, I mean, probably Veggey's probably thinking this as well. But why did it take you so long to choose Colleen in this set then? Because your Colleen looks extremely polished now. Trust me, because I remember when you started using that character, and even in the early couple of months you're using that character, but watching you use it in Street Fighter League and still practice her here and there, and then even use her in those last 2 matches, it's looking pretty solid. So I felt you should have used Colleen a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, but I was like, I actually think that my Colleen was rusty because I haven't been playing her for 2 months.
Wow.
But in the end, I think SF5 is a kind of game you don't really need to play often. And Colleen is a character very linear as well, so it's not like there is a lot of setup to remember and stuff. It's just very neutral based. Yeah, I should have definitely played Colleen before, but I just felt that I was rusty with it.
Okay, no, fair play. Now, you did mention Street Fighter is a game you don't have to, continuously play on a daily basis. So I kind of want to put this question on the both of you and get Kilzyou's opinion first. After a while, when you hit a certain level and you can compete with some of the best and compete at a consistently high level, do you feel practicing on a daily basis becomes a hindrance? Or do you feel that, playing the game as much as you possibly can is still effective? Because sometimes doing less is better, but I want to get your opinion on it, Kilzyou.
To play the game, so if I have to play a lot or less?
Yeah, do you think it's better to play more and stay sharp, or do you think it's better to take like breaks and then come back after a while but still have that kind of mindset and that form to be good at the game?
No, for me it's not good to take break because the other player are better. So if you just do a break like 1 month, you will be back 1 month after, and you will see the other player are a lot stronger. So I think it's not good to take a break. Just play a little bit if you can, but it's not good to don't play it like 1 month. And no, for me it's not good.
Okay. Luffy, what about you? I mean, because you've taken breaks here and there, and you've stopped playing characters here and there. I mean, Kilzyou mentions a month. I think even stop playing this game for 2 days might ruin you because of how fast things change in this game. But I mean, sometimes maybe it depends on your character. Less is better. I mean, what do you think, Luffy?
Yeah, I actually had this thought and talk with Akainu about. I actually think like my biggest enemy when I play Mika is actually play a lot, because when I play, I obviously have to play against people, right? So they will be more sharp against what I can do, because Mika is a character played on. Her main strength is the reaction of your opponent.
Yes.
If your opponent aren't ready, aren't accustomed a lot to Mika, it's easier for me. So by playing a lot, for example, against Akainu, he will be more ready to react to my dash, to react to my setup and stuff. So my biggest enemy when I play Mika is actually to play a lot. And you know what's funny is when I play the latest CPT, CPT France, Spain and Portugal too, and I had to play Akainu. And we actually played maybe the day before, 2 days before. And he actually told me that I'm pretty sure that if I didn't play against you, it will be much harder.
Damn. Okay.
And but so that's when I'm thinking with Mika. But of course, when you play a character confirm base, for example, Karin for Kilzyou or Colin, playing in a more stable moment. Like every 2 days or every 3 days or every day, I don't know, but in a more recurrent moment might help, because your character is based on confirm.
Interesting. Do you know, I always love Luffy's answers. Veggey, you got any questions for us?
I just before I wanted to ask a little bit about the V-shift, because Luffy, a year ago we were here talking about the V-shift. Could you tell me your honest opinions on the V-shift as it is right now?
I think this. I think this mechanics is just way too strong because it just like it just does everything. Some character can't really punish V-shift, and most people when they speak about about V-shift and the punishing of V-shift, they only think on the use of V-shift on the wake up. But imagine you do it like after one light or after two light. I'm pretty sure not a lot of character can punish it, and then you're out.
No, like legit.
I started very positive. You remember, Jammerz?
Oh, you did.
Yeah, but I mean, we did ask like, we did complain about like defensive options, but I'm interested to see how the tuning will be because I also feel like it needs more tuning. Some people will be, no, it's great, you reset to neutral more, but it's not about that for me. It's more about how it's balanced between characters. Some characters don't notice it, and some characters
Regarding that,
gets destroyed. Yeah.
Regarding that, I had a follow-up question for Luffy and Kilzyou. If you would change V-shift, would you do it in what kind of way? We can start with Luffy.
I think at first I wouldn't give back the meta, of course. Then I think it should. I think it should have actually more recovery because some character, as I said, some character can't punish it even if they have to hard read it. Some character don't need to hard read it.
Yeah.
But some character does. Like for example, if with Mika I bet your V-shift with a grab, I need to have EX speech. If I don't, I can't finish it. While some character, for example, like Alex, can do down forward fierce for a crush hunter, which is very different for the same exact mind game. But I think it should be actually throwable or something because it just way too strong right now. I mean, when in a game which resolve in offense, it's a very offensive game, and some characters are just way too strong in neutral.
Yeah.
So just spamming V-shift is like the best option they can have.
Yeah.
So they go back to neutral, they get meta back, and in neutral they are so strong because neutral is a part of the game where they win.
Yeah, I've seen it with Fang, I've seen it with Dalsim. I mean, if they were to change V-shift and add or give it additional recovery, like you're suggesting, Luffy, I'd at least want Mika to be able to do a whiff throw into sweep, so she can get the hard knockdown. That would at least be something that would be decent. But that's me.
Can I add something to that? But then you would also have to fix all the characters that can't even do a throw into something on their main Oki. Like with Birdie, when you do Bullhorn, you don't get to throw, right? You only have specific knockdowns, like very few knockdowns where you can actually punish V-shift at all. Most of the time it's just added almost a free escape. So I feel like the mechanic was added, but it's so extremely unbalanced in the sense of who gets to use it and who doesn't get to use it.
I think it's no, that's fine. I think it's a case, if you're talking like that, before we get Kilzyou's opinion, if you're talking like that, they need to make everyone's Oki better. Then that's the other way to flip it. If you make everyone's Oki better off of general knockdowns, then they don't need to change V-shift because you're all being ranged to the throw, and then press a button that's like, what, 9 frame start or like faster before making that hard read. But we'll see what happens in the future update. But Kilzyou, if you could change something about V-shift, what would it be, if anything that comes to mind?
For the V-shift, I think for me the V-shift is great because I play Karin, so for me it's just better in every matchup. But I think just the mid bar back when it's not completely unleashed, it's too much.
See,
I don't know.
What I tell you. Sorry, not you.
It's like when I do V-shift and the animation work. Just if it's not completely unleashed, it's not. You can't have the middle bar back. For me, it's too much because it's just too much.
No, honestly, I completely understand that. Kilzyou, I've been saying this for months now. I don't think the first part of V-shift should be given the V. It should be the, like you said, when it's fully unleashed, the V break. The break should give you.
Just the compensation.
Yes, that's what should be changed. So hopefully, if they are going to change V-shift again, that's what I have to ask. Now, I'll go for it, please. You want to say something?
And for me, I think it's the complete V-shift and on it, just not on block. If the complete V-shift is on block, you don't have your mid bar. if it's on it, you can have it.
Okay.
I think that's good.
It'd definitely be a change that would be interesting and game changing.
But Jammerz, I like Luffy's idea too, the throw thing. So it's just like it's still good. It's still a good mechanic because you can still get out if people want to do tick throws and all those things. I think making it throwable is just an easy fix to balance the risk reward again. That's my
even in this kind of game, if you take the throw, you are basically out as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. But I got to ask another question. Definitely got to ask another question as well. So, Luffy, you were working with Phenom and Veggey for Street Fighter League. So I want to get Luffy's personal experience working with those two and how you felt about Street Fighter League in general when you were out there.
Oh, so yeah, working with Team Nonavin was of course amazing because we are, me, Veggey and Phenom, we know each other since 2009, 2010. And we have been hanging out a lot doing tournaments, training a lot during tournament as well, playing together when we got the chance to. So at first, playing with this kind of team is really refreshing to me because it's not like just playing with a team of players. It's playing with friends at first. So in this kind of competition, which is a team competition, it's important to, like, if your mate lose, like, don't blame him or anything because it just put more pressure on him. So when you know that you are with your friend, it just let's just have fun together and that's it. And also the same kind of thing when we have this kind of functionality is the fact that it's easier to tell your teammate what is wrong because you know that he won't take it like in a hard way because I know how they are and I know they just want to win and they just want to qualify and to get better. So my experience with them was amazing, and Street Fighter League as a competition was I think one of the best competition and league I have, and certainly in this time of COVID where we don't have a lot of tournaments, having Street Fighter League was really refreshing and great. Like being able to see back all the some of the international players, and they really took care of us well. I think Veggey, you remember Los Cabos, of course.
That was great. That was amazing.
Yeah,
they really
we are speaking about the quarantine in Latin America.
Yeah.
Which was, I think it was paradise. It was pretty cool. But then we got a lot of time to train with the other player from Europe as well. Infectious, Crimson, Vega Patch, Phenom Problem.
Nice.
It was a really good event.
That was
and
really
I actually think personally that Street Fighter 5, I've been saying that for a couple of years now. I think it's a great game for a team because most matchup in that game. I mean, like in a perfect world, imagine all players were playing the tier list. We will have only maybe 7 or 10 characters in the game played. But I think that like the people like the really low tier champion like playing like for example Nash, for example Falk, for example I guess Mika, for example Ed, all those characters they can do well in some time, but ultimately they are not top tier. So they can be a great fit for many team because of the matchup in experience.
Okay. That was really interesting. That was really interesting. I think we got time. I think I've got time for 2 more questions before to close it out. So I got to ask this one question to Kilzyou, then I'm going to ask a universal question for the both of you. Kilzyou, if you were invited to Street Fighter League, who would be a part of your team? So including you, which 2 other members would you want as part of your team?
I would like to play again with Crimson and Akainu. For me, they are the best to play with me. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe someday we'll see.
And if you could get a 4th member, who would it be? Would you put Luffy on your team?
No, I will put maybe Populapo.
Yo,
okay.
Mopulapo, okay.
Okay. Mopulapo is a dark horse indeed, and he plays boxer, so that's a plus.
Yeah, for me, Mopulapu is really good. He just doesn't have time to play a lot in this game, and he play on PS4 as well, and he play in a very laggy setup. So his TV is big, you know. It's not a good TV to play Street Fighter.
Wait, so he's been telling people and giving them false information by this Smoothman and Balrog. Does he think Balrog's the worst in the game because he's playing on that bad TV? Is that it, Kilzyou? Have you guys told him this?
For me, it's just that if he optimizes his setup, he will be very strong. Very strong. Yes.
Okay.
It's like he's wearing like weighted clothing
Kilzyou,
or something.
I've got the biggest deal. Hold on, I've got Kilzyou. I got the sickest deal to make Mopulapu the best player. You see that money you got from CPT the other day? I think you should buy him this setup.
Yo.
I think that's a great deal. Mopulapu, you want him on your team. You think you could be one of the best players with his whole movement or whatever it's called. And I think you should use the money that you bought or the money you earned from CPT and buy a new setup. Because listen, I can tell that TV's playing on is pretty bad. But Veggey, you want to say something for us in this universal?
I want to say, I think it's madness not wanting Luffy on your team. Having Luffy on your team is a dream. I love this guy, Luffy, and you know how much him and Venom helped me improve over those 3-4 weeks. These are great coaches, Luffy and Venom, and I hope we get to do this many times. It was a sick experience. Did you see Luffy's Mika when we played against Nasser?
Like, come on, man. Who could not love that Mika game?
So good.
Did you see the 4 forward heavy punches against Kami? Into the left, right. Did you see it? I saw it. I enjoyed that. This is why
you were making noise in the manner that you were definitely. Yeah, exactly.
Look,
just that, man.
This is why we love Luffy, and you can never be upset at him. You can be upset by his tweets, but you can never hate Luffy. I'll tell you that much. But right, I've got to hit you guys with the universal question. So we do have a patch coming up soon, quite soon actually. So Kilzyou, I've got to ask you this first, because we already spoke about V-Shift. Is there anything you would want changed in this upcoming patch? Is there anything you're looking forward to that might get tweaked in the game, or are you kind of not fussed about what gets changed in the game?
I don't really know. For me, the game is pretty well balanced. I'm not really agree with Luffy in this point because a lot of characters can win, and for me in this game you can't just play one character, you have to play 2. If you play 2 characters, you can play the character you want. For me, it's my opinion.
Okay, interesting. So, I mean, you don't want to get rid of Dalsim? You don't want to get rid of Poison? You don't want to get rid of Kami at all? No?
No, but you know, these characters are pretty good, but you have to be a really strong player to win with this character. So, I don't like to complain about character. I just want to find solution and beat them, because it's too easy to complain and after lose and just say the character is too strong, it's too hard to win. For me, the game you can just take the character, you can try him, you can play with him. So it's not I don't like to complain too much. So for me, the game is good, and everyone should adapt.
Damn.
That's mature.
What a lovely answer. How do you say I love Kilzyou? J'adore Kilzyou? I think I can't remember how to pronounce it. But that was such a Karen answer. That was such a privileged answer.
That's a very good call out, Jammerz. It's a very good point.
But Luffy, I gotta extend the question to you now. I mean, is there anything you would hope to be changed in this upcoming patch outside of removing V-Shift entirely, or are you kind of content with how Street Fighter 5 is right now with most of the characters?
I think the domain, like one of the there is many things I will change in the game, but I think the most critical thing for me is like the damage of the damage and stun. Okay. I think like some character just does too much damage and on one hit. Then they have Oki on this hit on the wake up, and you are just in the guess for the game situation. So basically, imagine like I think we could have seen in the match we did with Kilzyou that once he hit me like with something into Tenko, into X Tenko, into this kill, then I have to take the throw, because if I don't take the throw and he countered me, I actually lost the round. So the best thing to be able to play again in the same round is to take the throw. So basically, she on one hit she actually does 40%, because you add the throw in it, and yeah, the most that's why I actually think, like, for example, Kami and Rashid, for me, they are very strong, right? But it's okay, because they are hit in neutral game. They don't deal that much. Like, you take one crunch mechanic into spiral row, you are down. But you just took like maybe 200 damage, but you still can't play. It's just because it's snowballing. But snowballing it's worse than having one character like G, who hit you in V-trigger, you just have to guess for the game over a single hit.
Okay. I mean, Veggey, I've got to get your opinion on it. I mean, surely he's not wrong there, because again,
about you're thinking about the damage and stun output,
damage and stun output.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. Here's a good thing that I wanted to say for a long time. When people, they like to say, I want to have a best of 5, I want to have best of 7 in tournaments, I don't want to have a best of 3. But the same people sometimes say they like high damage. The thing is, if you have lower damage and lower stun, you are essentially mirroring, or kind of like giving the experience of a best of 5 in a best of 3, because you get to make more decisions, you get to make more bad decisions, good decisions. Having lower damage and stun in general just makes the set longer, which rewards consistency over lucky hits, like a couple of good reads. So I think, just not even from a balance perspective, just from a player's comfortability perspective, reducing damage and stun overall is a good thing, but especially when one hit is 30-40% into
a throw that you have to take. Listen, I agree with what you said.
In the corner, into a walk-up throw again.
I agree with what you said. Yeah. I agree with what Luffy said. I mean, Olvaha, quickly, what's your opinion? I mean, if they reduce the damage and stun, you're probably not going to play Balrog anymore, right?
No, and like I said before, like I'm seeing these Balrogs qualify. I'm selling my Balrog stocks right now. I am investing in other characters. So,
well, I mean, listen, time will tell, and who knows what they're going to change in that new patch. But gentlemen, I believe we are just about out of time. It was great talking to the both of you. Once again, Kilzyou, congratulations on winning this set. Richard, if you can roll the graphics cards, fantastic. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure you follow the both of them right now. But if you don't, please give them a follow on Twitter. You can see Kilzyou's and Luffy's Twitter handles under the names there. And of course, when Luffy finds time and gets back to streaming, you can see his Twitch account there. Ask about Mika, ask about Rose, ask about Colleen, ask about whatever, because he is a very insightful man. He's been around the FGC for quite some time. And do not forget, he is an Evo champion in a Street Fighter game. So trust me. And you might like his tweets as well. Who knows? But yes, gentlemen, that is about it from us. So Kilzyou, Luffy, when you are ready to leave the Discord, you can do, because me, Veggey, and Olvaha have to close out a show. So I will message you guys very shortly, thanking you once again. And who knows, maybe we might get a run back with you two. This time maybe Colleen versus Karen.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having us in the show.
No worries.
Thank you for joining.
All right.
So much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
So, that was pretty interesting. Obviously, Kilzyou still showing his dominance as a young player and picking a solid character as well. I like that he disagreed with some of the things Luffy said. I like that, because Veggey, we were talking about this like weeks ago, and he's mentioned it today as well. It's just like, it's the old versus the new. Luffy is part of that older generation, so his mindset is still somewhere. He's following and continuing to stay with the games, but his mindset is still somewhere. Kilzyou is still growing, is still developing, so he's like, you know what? I kind of don't agree with what you said. I kind of disagree here. So I kind of like that kind of friendly conviction or confliction between the two of them. I mean, what do you think?
Me or Olvaha first?
Veggey, you first.
I mean, I enjoy that we are allowed to speak our minds and not feel like afraid. I feel like back in the SF4 days, there was more of a hierarchy. So
yeah,
I really enjoy that this hierarchy is not completely, but
oppressed.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be, where it was like the cool players club versus the rest of the players kind of thing.
Rest of the
and
world.
you can see that in that, even though, yeah, exactly. So you can see that in how he can comfortably, without like, just answer whatever he wants and feels comfortable to say what he wants. And you see there's no feeling from Luffy like, how did you say that? Luffy doesn't care either. He says what he says, and he has his piece, and the other guy has his piece. So I like that, and I think that when you come into a game series, in one game, you will always have a preference to that game. So it's not, it's not weird for me that Kilzyou says, I think this game is in a perfect state, and Luffy, who comes from another Street Fighter, will then say, there's some things I would change. It's just natural because, I mean, he started somewhere and it's different now. But this new guy started in the difference. So for him, this is normal. This is what he likes. That's why he stuck with the game.
Different generations, man. Different games. Olvaha, your thoughts on it quickly? I mean, how do you feel about it?
Great points from Veggey, and I really like how mature answers were from Kilzyou, even though he's really young. I think he has a great insight on the game. I think he has a very good understanding what makes a good player and kind of what is something that you can improve in your own play, for example. I think he has a very a top player mindset, which is super impressive. So I also enjoyed hearing his thoughts regarding anything here, really.
I'm kind of interested because Luffy did bring it up, because they've been toning the damage down for quite some time, and then I think it was Season 4 going into Champion Edition, they toned down the stun once. I wonder if they're going to do that again. I don't know if people want it to slowly go into some different version of SF4, or does it stay by its own separate game? First thing, I just want V-Shift to change in some way, shape, or form. Whatever they do after that will be very interesting, because I think it's certain characters, that people have been sniping certain characters for a good few months now, so they're looking at those characters first. My character is one of them. But,
true.
I mean, we'll only find out in due amount of time. So, that is about it from us, but before we do, we got a couple things to roll. I wonder if they got next week's fight card ready and waiting. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a special for you guys. So I've wanted Spaceboy on this show for quite some time. I said, Spaceboy, who do you want to fight? He said, you know what? I want to fight Idom in the first to 10. I said, we will try and make that happen, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And Idom is probably one of the easiest people I've worked with in all my 27 years of living. I said, Idom, do you want to come back on Capcom? He said, yeah, I'm cool. Let's do it. So there you go. Make sure you join us next week. And of course, we're going to have the most energetic. He's got a black hole in his stomach of energy. I'm telling you that much. We're going to have St. Cola joining me on the microphone. So it'll be me and St. Cola next week doing this. So it's going to be interesting. So make sure you guys are ready. Make sure you can join us for some GGs and some question times with Spaceboy and Idom. Do not forget as well, Street Fighter League is on the YouTube channel. I think all of the weeks are done. I don't think there's any regular weeks to play left. So if you want to catch up with Street Fighter League, because I think all the episodes are there, watch your favorite players, watch your favorite matches, outside of following Capcom Fighters on the Twitter account, you can head on over to the YouTube channel Capcom Fighters on there, and you can find out more about the Street Fighter League stuff there. I would say every Thursday, but I think all the episodes are concluded now. But you guys are going to be lovely spectators again next week. For Idom.
Can't wait.
Versus Spaceboy. But the week afterwards, I'm going to need you guys, because we're going to have another special one. I can't tell you what it is. We're going to have another special one. And then we're going to have one that's probably at the end of January, maybe the start of February, because someone pretty big in the scene said, I want to fight this guy in a first to 10. And I just went hands off. I've got no involvement in it, but it's probably going to happen sometime soon. I can't tell who it is yet. I can't say who it is.
Love to hear that.
You didn't hear it from me though. You heard it through. You heard it through Balrog.
Keep it under wraps.
You heard it through Balrog.
You heard it through the grapevine. That's what
the grapevine, baby. That's what it is. But
keep it under wraps.
You know what? It's actually not my turn to close out the show today. So Richard, you know what to do. Hand it over to him.
You guys were begging for this, so I'm gonna have to give it to you. Like, the production team was like, okay, do it, please, Olvaha. And I will have to give it to you, because the production team said that I have a pretty good oral impression. So now that we're all warmed up, we're going to have to close the show. And we hope you enjoyed this Capcom Fighters Sets episode with us. And like Oro would say, you'll have to see what we're going to do next.